Billy Bush outlines many of them in his book, Family Reign, that details how the family and then the company lost its way. He now wants to buy the Bud Light brand back, and Billy is with us from his hometown, my hometown of St. Louis. All right, would the frogs come back?
Sure. I mean, the frogs were a great advertising. We'd have the Clydesdales, which of course InBev owns right now. They own all the rights to all of that stuff. But if they were to sell me the brand back, Bud Light, I think that would be amazing. My family, my great-grandfather, Adolphus, and it's in the book Family Reigns, he came out with Budweiser back in the 1800s, 1876 to be exact, and it became the king of beers, the #1 beer in the world. And that lasted until Bud Light came along, of course, back in the early 80s, and Bud Light then took off, and that became the #1 beer in the world, and it was largely due to the great advertising that they had. You're exactly right.
All right, they embraced the brand, right? They embraced the culture, and no disrespect to any one beer brand, but a lot of light beers sort of taste the same. People are brought to an image and to a club or a feeling of fraternity and belonging. Hey, I'm a Bud Light guy. I'm going to play a soundbite from the CEO of the new CEO of InBev, Anheuser-Busch, talking about the Dylan Mulvaney episode, shall we say. Take a listen.
Given the moment we're in, this moment in America with trans issues at the top of a Republican social or conservative political agenda, knowing what you know now, if you could go back, would you send this can to this one person again?
There's a big social conversation taking place right now, and big brands are right in the middle of it. And it's not just our industry or Bud Light. It's happening in retail. It's happening in fast food.
Was this a mistake?
You know, Bud Light has supported LGBTQ since 1998, so that's 25 years. And as we've said from the beginning, we'll continue to support the communities and organizations that we've supported for decades.
Okay. What do you understand about Bud Light and Bud Light drinkers that he appears not to?
I understand that the Bud Light drinker is your blue-collar, mainly your blue-collar, hardworking American who really doesn't want that kind of message pushed down their throat. I just think what he's not understanding really is, yes, there is a population out there for transgenders and gays, and you know, to target those discriminately in a way that targets that community is great. I mean, sure, be inclusive, but don't put it on the can that everybody's going to be drinking and expect that the true Bud Light drinker, or not the true Bud Light drinker, let me put it this way, the core Bud Light drinker is going to react favorably to it.
Well, it's kind of interesting, right? Because Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch, back when it was under family control, was one of the original supporters of the LGBTQ pride parades and everything else. And it was because they supported people drinking beer. It wasn't trying to jam a social message down other people's throat. It was a targeted marketing campaign. Since the Mulvaney promotion, InBev stock is down 17%. The S&P 500 up nearly 7%. If this continues, you're going to be able to buy it back pretty cheap, right?
Well, I've already contacted the head of Anheuser-Busch. I let them know that if they are interested in me helping them in any way, which also would mean, of course, that I would be willing to buy back the brands, please let me know. And I have not heard anything from them thus far.
Well, based on, I think it was Whitlock or whatever the guy's name was, who was the CEO, it would be hard. It would take a little more of the drop in the stock price to break through the arrogance, but we'll see if it happens. Billy, thanks for being on with us. Let us know if you hear back from him, all right?
You betcha. Pleasure being on. Thank you.
Yeah, pleasure. Good seeing you. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.